My name is Scott Davis, and I am a professor and director of professional education in the Division of Physical Therapy. Tonight, we're going to be talking about the West Virginia University Physical Therapy Clinical Pathways Program. And I have a couple of guests here with me. One is Dr. Corey Mancinelli. Dr. Mancinelli is a professor in the Division of Physical Therapy. She is a 1985 graduate and has been on faculty since 1993. Dr. Mancinelli is the coordinator of the Clinical Pathways Sponsorship Program. We also have Emily Hargraves, who is a third-year student. She's in the class of 2016, and she's currently out on rotation, finishing up her final rotations. We also have Michael Graham, who is also a third-year student and also in the class of 2016, and also will be graduating in May. So I'm going to start with Dr. Mancinelli, and if you could just give us a brief overview of what the Clinical Pathways Sponsorship Program is.
Yes, so WVU Clinical Pathways Ceremony is similar to concept to the white coat ceremony embraced by many medical schools across the country. It marks the timing of our physical therapy student completion of a large portion of their didactic training, and then they begin to embark upon time to be spent in the clinics. So this really is the point at which they have a certain level of preparedness for spending more time in the clinic, even though they have another full year of completion of our program. So during this ceremony, we celebrate the students' accomplishments and we pause to address the privileges of using the knowledge they have gained to better the lives of patients with whom they will work. And we have asked former graduates and friends of the WVU program to consider sponsoring a student for the ceremony. The idea behind this originated by our thoughts to reach out to practicing clinicians, to connect with a student or group of students to mentor, and sometimes this results in employment upon graduation. So words of encouragement and guidance are placed in the students' white coats, which are donned during the event, and the students also make a commitment to the profession during the ceremony by signing the APTA Code of Ethics.
So from your perspective, Dr. Mancinelli, what has this program done to benefit our students and the program itself?
Well, as the ceremony is happening, we invite a successful alumnus to speak during the ceremony. And this alumnus usually generates great inspiration, motivation, but at the same time gives the student an idea of what they can become through their practices, not just clinically, but by scholarship and by service, as we invite or have an honored guest who is an alumnus of the program who has been very successful in the field. So that in and of itself is a great learning experience for the students and stimulating and exciting for them. And the students being with excitement watching it, and the families and friends of the students do the same. Beyond that, it is hoped that the relationship formed by the student and the sponsor, through whom a note is given in the code, begins and can therefore help the student in many ways, finding jobs, growing as a professional, and so on.
Emily, as a third-year student, you had the opportunity last year to go through the Clinical Pathways ceremony at the end of your second year. And if you could just talk a little bit about the ceremony and the sponsorship and how it impacted you.
Absolutely. The white coat ceremony was a really, really special day for me. I can't compare it to graduation because I haven't graduated yet, but definitely one of the more memorable moments since I've started PT school. It really just kind of validates you with all of your professors there and with all of these sponsors supporting you. It kind of validates you in that, and knowing that everybody thinks that you're ready to go out and participate in patient care, which really means a lot. As for the sponsorship program, I'm not from West Virginia and not from the Morgantown area at all. So prior to starting PT school here, I really didn't know, any PTs in the community or in the state, as a matter of fact. And so having a sponsor in my coat pocket really meant a lot to me, because it kind of helped me realize, there's somebody affiliated with WVU's physical therapy program that was supporting me and on this educational endeavor. So I really think that it really meant a lot to me to have a sponsor in my pocket. So,
Michael, same thing for you. What was your experience?
Very similar to Emily. The ceremony itself was such a mixture of an emotional experience, but also just pride, I suppose, in the work that we had done together as a class as well as individually. I know that, for myself, had lots of long, nights studying, and, my wife being patient with me as I'm, burning midnight oil studying, but I also knew that was the same thing for my classmates. So getting to that point with them as a group, but also getting to that point of individually, was really fantastic. And when it came to the sponsors in my pocket, I think now I have even more vision of this than I did at the time, but knowing that you have those WVU connections, those people that had come before us, that had been through the same sort of, hardships or the same experience of going through the program and being in that rigorous academic, field of study for a while. It was really neat knowing that, I'm not alone. People have come through this program just like I have, and they're out there, and they're being really successful, and they're really advancing the profession of physical therapy, and they're flying the WVU flag just like I am. So it was really fantastic.
Thank you all very much. Dr. Mancinelli, could you maybe tell folks how they might be able to participate in this program?
Sure. Contributions are used to support both the ceremony and the program itself. Some money contributed in honor of the event has been used to build scholarship funds, and we would like to do more of that in the future beyond just supporting the program itself. The sponsors can do so, or those considering sponsorship can do so either by a mass mailing that we do. We have an announcement with a form on a couple of different social media sites, Facebook being one, and the division's website. We would happily take any or entertain any questions or thoughts of this by email as well.
Okay, great. Thank you, everyone, and hopefully that will help people understand a little bit more about our program.